Catalina Rojas is urging people to get out and vote in November. Catalina, what do you want to say to people?
Make sure you go and vote.
Go and vote.
Go and vote.
Woo!
Peace out.
The problem is she won't be able to vote herself. She has level 2 autism. After a traumatic experience, a sexual assault, a judge said she was incompetent and could not testify on her own behalf, which is a requirement to register to vote in New York State. What is autism to you? What does it mean to you?
For me, I do something differently.
Catalina was diagnosed as a young child when her parents noticed she was not meeting the same milestones as her peers. So they acted.
We are really invested in her education. So she gets various therapies, which teaches her social-emotional skills to be able to interact with the neurotypical society.
Can you read, Catalina?
I can read.
Yeah. She loves to read dork diaries.
It was hard for anyone to stand out from the large crowd.
And she wants to vote. She just turned 18. You want to vote in the election?
Yes.
Yeah, how come?
Because everybody can able to vote, but the law says you can't.
What do you mean the law says you can't?
Because of your diagnosis.
Voting laws are complicated and often are different by state. 13 states have laws barring voting by individuals who are under guardianship. These laws require a court determination of incompetence before removing the right to vote. And 10 states have no disability-related restrictions. But Catalina lives in New York, where a judge deeming one incompetent can strip their right to vote. One of 22 states, as well as D.C., where a judge can do that, according to the Ballot Center for Mental Health Law.
Catalina had a situation where she was sexually assaulted last summer, and we had to go and be involved with the court system. And when the detective came to ask questions about what happened on that day, the detective specifically said, I don't know why I'm here because she is not deemed competent to testify.
And when Catalina's parents went to court, the judge, who never met Catalina, read the assessment from the detective and said she was incompetent to testify. Was there ever a point when you were in this courtroom with this judge saying that she couldn't testify on her own behalf that you protested that notion?
No, I'm very respectful of the courts and court procedures, so I stayed quiet.
And that judgment having ripple effects when Patty, Catalina's mom, later tried to register her to vote after she turned 18. She went through the voter qualifications on the New York State voter registration form. And it said, quote, to register, you must not be found incompetent by a court.
I think it's an antiquated idea of what mental health and what our society used to think, where you were deemed all kinds of terrible words, and incompetent is the least of them. And I think having a better understanding and discussion about this maybe can help enlighten, to advocate for not just us as parents for Catalina, but for Catalina to advocate for herself.
I am the mother to a neurodivergent young adult.
I'm a proud registered voter.
And Catalina's parents are not the only people advocating for neurodivergent people. So is an organization called First Place Arizona, which held an event called Vote the Spectrum to help equip voters who are disabled to vote in November, to familiarize voters with the voting process. A process Catalina hopes she can take part in one day, along with her dreams. You want to be a singer?
Yes.
What kind of singer? What do you want to sing?
Paparazzi.
Paparazzi?
It's the only way.
Lady Gaga?
Yeah, it's the only way to get rid of these mean people.
What? To sing?
Yeah.
Because music brings people together?
Yeah.
Can you sing Paparazzi for me a little bit?
I want to be like anyone see, paparazzi.
She tortures me with that song.
An 18-year-old woman, free to dream, but not to vote.
And she's very sweet, it would appear. Yasmin, what a great story. What course of action?
Sweetest.
Yeah,
the
what kind of action can these folks take who feel like they've had their voting rights stripped away? And then do you have any feeling for how many people, voters, are out there that are getting affected by this?
It's hard to have the exact numbers, Tom, but it's significant, to say the least. Listen, I think you have to get a neuropsych evaluation. There are different degrees to neurodivergent people in this country. Catalina is just one of many neurodivergent people in this country, and many of them seek out neuropsych analyses to see kind of how competent, in fact, they are and to what degree they need help, especially as they become adults turning 18 years of age. And I think that's one course of action many individuals can take, is seeking out that neuropsych evaluation and then taking it to a judge. If, in fact, a judge has deemed an individual incompetent to testify in a court of law, to challenge that incompetence in a court of law, so, in fact, that you can register to vote. I mean, as Catalina has said so eloquently, along with her parents as well, it is a natural born right to an individual in this country. It is a right to every individual in this country to cast their ballot and vote in November. And Catalina is just one of many individuals who want to be able to do that. And she's enthusiastic about it. She knows that she's 18 years of age and she wants to vote. She knows about the election. She knows who she wants to vote for. And she knows why, Tom, she wants to vote for that individual as well.
And she has her right to any opinion that she wants to have, and she can act on it, one would think. Yasmin, thank you. Great reporting. Thank you very much.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.